People say you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and it's totally true. And the reason is because it's so hard that if you don't, any rational person would give up. It's really hard, and you have to do it over a sustained period of time. So if you don't love it, if you're not having fun doing it, and you don't really love it, you're going to give up. And that's what happens to most people, actually. If you really look at the ones that ended up, being successful, unquote, in the eyes of society, and the ones that didn't, oftentimes it's the ones that are successful love what they did, so they can persevere when it got really tough. And the ones that didn't love it quit because they're sane. Right? Who would want to put up with this stuff if you don't love it? So it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of worrying constantly. And if you don't love it, you're going to fail. So you got to love it, you got to have passion. And I think that's the higher bit. The second thing is...
Okay, so what did he say? Can we reflect on a few words what he said?
If you love it.
If it doesn't come from internal, if you don't love it, one thing you'll do is you'll give up. Is what he said. Because I can give you this example of mine, okay? But whatever I feel. Yeah. While cycling, I'll just give you the recent example. After 4 days, and it was almost like it was, my whole body was aching like anything. I almost had done 13 kilometers of uphill. Last around 5 kilometers was remaining. 13 kilometers of uphill after doing 3.5 days of cycling. And then when my body gave up, when I couldn't even pedal, give you one pedal, and when I finished, I took a turn, and then what I saw completely, shattered me. I saw my destination up there, 45 degrees. I had to go travel. First thing which comes in my mind in that stage is, forget it, man. What do I have to achieve? Is there someone standing there with a mala saying, oh, welcome, welcome? There was no one. There was no one with a mala. Was there any awards or any gift? Nothing. There was nobody looking at us, nobody trying to give rewards, and nobody wouldn't even know that if we had reached there cycling or walking. No one would even knew, no one would even care. That moment, the first thing which comes in my mind, if I were just extrinsically motivated, I would say, forget it. I'll come out and rest, I'll take up a cycle, give a chat with a friend and walk all the way. And then to take a few selfies and photos and say, oh my God, we did all cycling all the way. And people will still believe that we did cycling. Those are the moments when you need to persevere. Motivation is just a reason for why you want to do something. After motivation comes perseverance. Perseverance only comes if you love it. And after perseverance comes what? Can anyone tell me what comes in this whole process? Motivation is the reason. Perseverance happens because perseverance is basically you're not reaching the results on the thought time, delay in getting success. What is the third thing? Which an extrinsically motivated person will not do. That is called, motivation is a reason or reasons for acting or behaving in a particular way. Perseverance is a persistent in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. Now, with this comes the most important part, why people give up is because they need to endure. Endurance. Endure is a verb which says suffer. It hurts. Everything hurts. People cry, people cannot look. It's really, like for those who are marathon runners, everything says stop it now. You cannot take one step ahead. It's hurting, you're shattered. But still endurance. To endure something, unless you really love it. If it was other son, the nakhra which they sowed, you would have slapped two in their cheek and said, get out of there, Allah. But since it is your son, you persevere and you endure everything. Because you love that person very much. for a small kid, I'm sure Anand sir is facing that problem, the midnight awakening of the kid, the fevers which comes out of nowhere. And it really hurts, and you are deprived of sleep. Tomorrow morning you need to go to office, you want to do everything. And you still do it with all your heart. It's because just you love, because of the love of it. If it was something else, if it was a duty of something else, you do it. So that's why it is called, that's why Steve Jobs says that you need to love it. It has to love it. Okay, Sam, we just stand up for a minute. I just see a little slow body language, yes. Let's take a shower, all right? What you need to do is to take a virtual shower. Let's close your eyes and think that you are in a chilled shower room. It's very cold. Let's close our eyes. आँख बंद कर लें और अपने आप को महसूस करें कि आप शावर के रूम में अंदर हैं और आपने एक हवा उधर मत जाएगा प्लीज आपने ठंडा पानी आपने ऑन किया. Let's imagine, close your eyes and let's imagine the cold water coming to your head. It's dripping down to your cheek. Let's try to imagine, and it's going to your body and it feels so chilled. You feel so chilled. Oh, and then you just take some shampoo and rub it in your hair. Come on, rub it in your hair. Take shampoo and rub it in your hair, yes. Take a soap and rub it in your hands and body. Okay, very good, all right. Yeah. And then go again in the chilled water. Ooh. Oh. Rub all the shampoo off, rub all the soap off, yes. Ooh. It's so chilled, man. It's Everest water, okay? Now slowly open your eyes. Okay. Now what you do is, same thing you do, and you make the other person take shower like the baby. You know? बच्चे को जैसे नहाते हैं ना, आपके नजदीक आदमी को नहाया. So please, you too. Okay. परसों से नहीं नहाया मैं.
I have some problem, my sir.
क्या problem?
I have some
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, please. Take a photo and see.
Photo leave na. Alagi continue करो exercise.
ये वाला water ना ले अच्छा है. लेना है दोनों मिनट लेना है. दोनों मिनट लेना है.
सही में बच्चे
हंसते बच्चे
नाते बहुत कुछ बचना चाहिए. सर थोड़ा सा कर लेंगे तो थोड़ा ही आ जाएगा सर. हाँ थोड़ा ही सर भी आ जाएगा सर. हाँ अब तो इधर पैसे पे कभी नहाए हुए थे पहुंच लेंगे. हाँ जस्ट करिए सर.
चलो अच्छा है
सर करिए सर.
चलिए ये तो बहुत अच्छा हो गया. Thank you very much. Yes, great. Yes, okay. So all right, hope that you are a little refreshed after this hour. Okay, so let's move on. Okay.
Now it's the breakfast time.
Okay, it's 4 o'clock. It's a samosa time.
Breakfast time.
Breakfast time.
Oh, it's a breakfast. So is our breakfast ready there?
Yeah.
No, where's the samosa?
It is almost ready. I'll just get in.
Okay, so we'll finish the section then. We will maybe we will finish the section then. Because the samosa is not yet. All right, so let's move on. Samosa comes, we'll stop wherever it is. Whenever it comes. Okay, now we'll talk about something called some mentality, some mentality which we require. Okay, samosa is there, so let's stop it. Let's have some samosa. Mint chutney.